ITN.
Good morning, Foreign Secretary. Paul Brand from ITV News, and apologies for going off topic when this is clearly an interest.
Well, I think it's very important to say two things. First of all, there are 13,000 people who work for the Foreign Office, extremely bright, able, dedicated people, and we pay them as taxpayers to give us their frank assessment of the situation in the countries where they are serving, which is what our ambassador in Washington was doing. But it's a personal view, and there'll be many people in this building who don't agree with that view. And indeed, I don't agree with some of the views that we saw in those letters. I've said I think that the US administration is highly effective, and we have the warmest of relationships and a partnership based on standing up for shared values.
Thanks, Foreign Secretary. On the same topic.
Well, I'm very concerned about it because fundamental to the proper functioning of our diplomatic network, which I happen to believe is one of the finest, if not the finest in the world, is to be able to exchange opinions frankly. And so we need to find out how it happened, not least to give confidence to our teams all over the world that they can continue to give us their frank assessment. So that's why we're going to have a leak inquiry. I hope we get to the bottom of it, and of course there'll be very serious consequences if and when we find out who's responsible. When I was moving house last year, it is not acceptable to do this because it fundamentally undermines the brilliant work done by the Foreign Office all over the world. And we need to be confident that people can express frank opinions. We need to be able to have a debate inside these buildings. We need to be able to disagree. And, of course, I made it clear that I don't share the ambassador's assessment of either the US administration or relations with the US administration. But I do defend his right to make that frank assessment, and it's very important that our diplomats all over the world continue to be able to do so.
You said that this will remain on your personal agenda if you become...
Of course, I'm disappointed that what's happened has happened. I don't think it'll be a surprise to anyone in the US that we have these kind of frank exchanges, and there are different views inside the Foreign Office. But what we will not allow to happen is any interruption in the superb relationship that we have with the United States, which is our closest ally around the world. Thank you, Kim.